Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will be learning how to prepare purchase book. First, let us discuss the points to be considered while recording in purchase book. In purchase book, all credit purchases of goods which are meant for resale in the business are recorded. In purchase book, cash purchases of goods, cash and credit purchases of assets are not recorded. Purchase book is classified into two categories: simple purchase book and columnar purchase book. Further, columnar purchase book is also divided into two categories. First one is purchase book with columns according to types of goods, and second is goods and expense columnar purchase book. So let us understand it with the help of one example. So let us do question number 4 of your textbook on page number 151. I would expect everyone to open your textbook and read the question. So here we go. Here we have to prepare purchase book of Shri Suresh. For purchase book, you have to prepare 5 columns. First column is of the date. The date on which credit purchase transaction has taken place is recorded in date column. Then second column is of name of supplier. Here in this column, name of supplier from whom goods are purchased are entered. Then next column is inward invoice number. The number of bill or invoice issued by supplier is recorded in this column. Then next column is of ledger folio number. That means the page number of the ledger on which the amount is credited in the account of the concerned supplier is recorded in this column. But here this column will go blank as here we are not preparing ledger. Then last column is of amount. In this column, amount of net purchase arrived at after deducting trade discount is recorded. So let's start the sum. Here, first transaction is given. Purchase goods of rupees 10,000 from Deepak on 1 month credit. Here, goods are being purchased. Now, the first thing that you have to decide whether this is a cash transaction or credit transaction, because only credit purchase of goods will be recorded in purchase book. So this transaction is credit transaction, as here name of the person is given and no cash word is mentioned here. So we can easily identify that this is credit transaction. Now as it is credit purchase of goods, so it will be recorded here. First you have to write date, that is 2018 October 1st. Then you have to enter the name of the supplier from whom you have purchased goods. Here name of supplier is Deepak, so Deepak account. And here inward invoice number is not given. Then amount is 10,000. Now next transaction, date 3rd. Purchase goods of rupees 20,000 from Sardar stores at 10% trade discount. Invoice number 116. So again it is a credit purchase of goods, so it will be recorded here. So write down date, then name of supplier, that is Sardar stores, Sardar stores account. And here in amount column, we will write the net amount. That means amount of net purchase arrived at after deducting trade discount. So if we deduct 10% from 20,000, we will get 18,000. So 18,000 is amount of net purchase. Then here we have to write inward invoice number, that is given in question 116. Now next transaction, date 7th. Purchase goods of rupees 18,000 from Pankaj on cash. Here cash word is mentioned. So we can easily identify that this is not a credit transaction, it is cash transaction. And as it is cash transaction, so it will not be entered in purchase book. Here we have to write separate note. Here, as I have written, you have to mention it in separate note. Here I have written date 7. Why we are not recording? Because this is cash transaction of cash purchase. Actually, cash transactions are recorded in another subsidiary book, that is cash book, which you will be studying in subsequent chapter. The next transaction, date 15th. Placed order with Rajesh for supply goods of rupees 20,000 at 10% trade discount. This transaction is non-economic transaction, as till now only order is placed for supply of goods. No exchange has taken place. So as we know, we don't record non-economic transaction. But you have to mention it in separate note. Here you have to write first date 15th, non-economic transaction. That means as it is a non-economic transaction, that's why we are not recording it in purchase book. The next transaction, date 20. Purchase furniture of rupees 16,000 from Vyas Furniture Mart on 1 month credit. This transaction is credit transaction, but still it will not be recorded in purchase book, because in purchase book we only record credit purchase of goods. Here asset is being purchased. Furniture is an asset and here asset is being purchased. So in spite of being credit transaction, it will not be recorded here. Again, for this also you have to mention it in separate note. Date 20, purchase of asset on credit. Now date 21st, Rajesh has sent goods as per our order and sent invoice number 350 after adding 1,000 for railway freight. Now this transaction will be recorded date 21st, Rajesh account, inward invoice number 350, amount is 18,000. On date 15th, we placed an order with Rajesh, and now on date 21st, Rajesh is sending us goods as per our order. So here Rajesh is our supplier. Here we will not add 1,000 in this amount, because 1,000 is for railway freight. So we will not include that amount here. We will only write 18,000, the amount of goods purchased. Now next transaction, date 24th. Purchase goods of rupees 14,000 at 5% cash discount. Here first you have to identify whether this transaction is cash transaction or credit transaction. Here neither the name of supplier nor cash word is mentioned. So in that case, in the absence of both the things, we consider it as cash transaction only. So as it is a cash transaction, it will not be entered in purchase book. Here we have to mention it in separate note. Date 24, transaction of cash purchase. Now next transaction, date 25th. Purchase goods of rupees 30,000 from Nilesh at 10% trade discount and half of the amount paid immediately by check. Here note that though this transaction is half credit transaction and half cash transaction, as the amount it is given that amount, half of the amount is paid immediately by check. So in this sense it is half cash transaction. But you must note that in such case, while recording in purchase book, we have to consider the whole transaction a credit transaction. So here we will record it in purchase book. First write date, name of supplier Nilesh, and in amount column we have to record amount of net purchase. That means the amount which is arrived at after deducting trade discount. That means 30,000 minus trade discount 3,000. So we get 27,000. That means we have to pay 27,000 to our supplier. Now next transaction, date 26. Purchase goods of rupees 15,000 from Chirag at 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount. Amount paid immediately. As it is given here, amount is paid. That means this transaction is not credit transaction. This transaction is cash transaction. So we will not record it in our purchase book. We have to write separate note for this. Date 26, transaction of cash purchases. Then the last transaction, date 30, purchased goods of rupees 40,000 from Nitin. Invoice number 151. As this transaction is credit transaction, we will record it in purchase book. So date 30, name of supplier Nitin, then invoice number 151, amount is 40,000. Then you have to write down total of all the credit purchases. We will get 1,13,000. So here we will write total credit purchase. So by preparing this, we get an idea that how much is our total purchase on credit and who are the suppliers from whom we have purchased goods on credit. So here you have to remember that in purchase book, only credit purchase of goods will be recorded. Here, no cash transaction, no cash or credit purchase of asset will be recorded. Now let us see next question, that is question number 5th. This is the example of columnar purchase book according to types of goods. Here we have to prepare purchase book of Shri Gadda Electronics store. Now here, as you can see here, I have prepared columns for columnar purchase book according to types of good. See, when a businessman purchases goods of more than one type, columnar purchase book for each type of goods is prepared instead of simple purchase book to know the details and information about each variety of goods. Here, as you can see, rest of the details remain the same as that of simple purchase book. Here only in the amount column, here as you can see, only in the amount column, some more columns are added. Separate column is kept for each type of different goods. As in this question, it is given that Shri Gadda Electronics is dealing with different types of goods, that is TV, refrigerator, washing machine. So we have to keep separate column for each type of different goods. In addition to this, a column showing total purchase is kept as the last column. So here in the question, first transaction is purchase 10 TV set at rupees 30,000, each set, 5 refrigerators at rupees 15,000 per piece, and 2 washing machines at rupees 18,000 per piece from Shri Daya Electronics stores. Credit period 1 month. Invoice number 100. Now as this transaction is credit transaction, it is credit purchase of goods. Here one thing you must remember, that here TV, refrigerator and washing machine will not be treated as asset. It will be treated as goods for Gadda Electronics because these are the items in which Gadda Electronics is dealing with. Now as it is credit transaction, so it will be recorded here. First we will write date 2018, May 1st. Here name of the supplier is Shri Daya Electronics Stores. Daya Electronics Stores account. Inward invoice number is also given, that is 100. Here it is given that Gata Electronics has purchased 10 TV set and price of one set is rupees 30,000. So what will be the total price of 10 TV set? It will be 3 lakh. Similarly, 5 refrigerators have been purchased and price of one refrigerator is 15,000. So 15,000 multiplied by 5, that is 75,000 is the price of 5 refrigerators. Similarly, for washing machine, it is given that 2 washing machines have been purchased and price of one machine is 18,000. So 18,000 multiplied by 2, that is 36,000 is the price of 2 washing machines. Now we will add these. By adding, we will get 4,11,000 as the total amount. So in this way, in the last column, the total of the amount of various goods, that is TV, refrigerator, washing machine, various goods purchased from one party, that is Shri Daya Electronic Stores, from one party which are noted in individual column is mentioned here. Now next transaction, date 7, purchased goods from Shri Tarak Electronic Stores, 5 pieces TV set at 25,000 per piece and 10 refrigerators at 16,000 per piece at 10% trade discount. Received invoice number 151, half of the amount paid immediately. Now this transaction is partial, that means half credit transaction and half cash transaction. But as I told you earlier, that in such case, when the transaction is half credit and half cash transaction, and while recording it in purchase book, we have to consider the whole transaction a credit transaction. So now we will record here the whole amount. So first we will enter the date, then the name of the supplier, that is Shri Tarak Electronic Stores, then inward invoice number which is given in question, that is 151. Now we will record the amount of each goods in individual column. Now here 5 TV sets have been purchased and price of one TV set is 25,000. So in this way, we have purchased TV sets, 5 TV sets worth rupees 25,000 multiplied by 5, that is 1,25,000. But here trade discount is also given, that is 10%. So from 1,25,000, we have to deduct 10% trade discount. That means we have to deduct 12,500. See, here is working note. We have purchased 5 TV sets and price of one TV set is 25,000. In this way, after multiplying it, we get 1,25,000 and out of this we have to deduct trade discount, that is 10%. So 10% of 1,25,000 is 12,500. By subtracting 12,500 from 1,25,000, we get 1,12,500. This amount we will write in the column of television, that is TV. So 1,12,500 is the amount which is arrived at after deducting trade discount. Further, it is given that 10 refrigerators have been purchased and price of one refrigerator is 16,000. So by multiplying these, we will get 1,60,000. That means we have purchased refrigerators, 10 refrigerators worth rupees 1,60,000, but here we are given 10% trade discount. So after deducting 10% trade discount, we will get 1,44,000. That means we have to pay only 1,44,000. So we will record here 1,44,000, and by adding these we will get total amount 2,56,500. That means we have to pay 2,56,500 to Tarak Electronic Stores. Now next transaction, date 12th, purchase cycle of rupees 5,000 from Shri Ambe Cycle Stores. Here cycle is vehicle and vehicle is an asset. So we will not record it here in columnar purchase book. For this we have to write separate note, date 12, transaction of asset purchase. That's why we will not record it in columnar purchase book, but we have to mention it separately in note. Now next transaction, date 20, purchased 5 refrigerators at 20,000 per piece and 10 washing machines at rupees 15,000 per piece at 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount from Shri Atmaram Electronics Stores and paid an amount paid immediately. So as it is given here that amount is paid immediately, so it is cash transaction. It will not be recorded here, but we have to mention it in separate note, date 20, cash transaction. Then date 25th, placed an order to Srimati Babita for supplying 20 pieces TV at 28,000 per piece and 6 pieces of washing machines at rupees 21,000 per piece. Here as only order has been placed. Here no exchange has taken place, so it is a kind of non-economic transaction. So it will not be recorded here. Again you have to write here separate note for this, date 25, non-economic transaction. Then next transaction, date 31st, from Shri Gokuldham Electronics Stores, purchased 5 pieces TV sets at rupees 30,000 per piece and 5 washing machines at rupees 23,000 per piece. Trade discount at 10%, invoice number 123. So as this is a credit transaction, so we will record it in columnar purchase book. First you have to enter date and you have to write down name of supplier. So here date is 31st, name of supplier is Shri Gokuldham Electronics Stores. Then inward invoice number, that is given 123. So let us see working note for this. Here 5 TV sets have been purchased and price of one TV set is rupees 30,000. So total amount of 5 TV sets would be 1,50,000 and trade discount that is given to us, which is 10%. So 10% of 1,50,000 is 15,000. By deducting it, we will get 1,35,000. That means we have to pay only 1,35,000 for TV sets. Then similarly for washing machine, 5 washing machines have been purchased. Price of one washing machine is 23,000. So here total price of 5 washing machine is 1,15,000. By deducting trade discount, we will get 1,03,500. That means for washing machine, for 5 washing machines, we have to pay 1,03,500. So let's enter both these amounts in columnar purchase book. 1,35,000 that we have to pay for TV sets and 1,03,500 that we have to pay for washing machines. Now add these. In total column, we will write 2,38,500. That means total price, that is 2,38,500, we have to pay to Shri Gokuldham Electronic Stores. Now add these amount here By adding these, we will get 5,47,500. Now total these prices. Here 2,19,000. Then total these prices. Here we get 1,39,500. Then total of these prices is 9,06,000. So 9,06,000, that is total credit purchase. Total credit purchase. So by preparing this, we can get clear idea that we have to pay 4,11,000 to Sri Daya Electronic Stores, 2,56,500 to Tarak Electronic Stores, and total amount 2,38,500 to Gokuldham, Sri Gokuldham Electronics Stores. And goods wise also we can get clear idea that here total 5,47,500 is the amount, that is the total amount that we have to pay for TV sets to different suppliers or creditors. Then for refrigerators, we have to pay total amount 2,19,000, and for washing machine we have to pay total amount 1,39,500 to different suppliers or creditors. So in this way, columnar purchase book is prepared. I hope you would have understood. That's all for today. Thank you very much.